What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Force of Nature. My name is Splattercat. Very, very happy to have you here today. As we got for a little while, we've got chicken friends. Which is pretty sweet. I mean, if you can't get human friends, you might as well go with the chicken friends. We need to get to our next level. We've actually run the gambit on these quests, and so there's not a whole lot of things left for us to work on here. Unfortunately, leveling up requires cash that we simply do not have. So in today's episode, we're probably going to go and try to resolve that, although I can't tell you how successful we're going to be. The enemies do appear to have respawned, so that's a plus. That was one of the reasons why I actually took a break in between this episode and the last one, was to reset the title and kind of just see what happens when I do that, you know? I think I need a weapon. There we go. I got the wrong weapon on me. We got a gold coin right there, and that's exactly the sort of thing that we need, although that guy let out a little bit of a whooping on us. He got that stick upside our head, which is unfortunate, because I don't like stick upside my head. Copper coins right there. I don't think there's a conversion rate or anything like that just yet. Do I have anything that'll get my health back here? Let's put that on the 6 slot for right now, since we're going to be doing a whole lot of fighting. And that should help us keep ourselves squared away in the face of all this bullshit that wants to kill us. Alright, Wolfie. Oh, man, there's a bunch of you guys, ain't there? Alright. Let's keep the health moving along. So long as we're getting hit, I need to be regenerating. There we go. Gold coin and a couple copper coins. We can use those later on, as far as I know. We should... Oh, a goat. Can I get this guy? Looks like my chances of getting a goat are kind of slim. Although a goat would be a really, really useful animal to have around. Get yourself one of them chivos. See if you can get him to give you some milk or anything else. What you want, piggy? What are you doing right now, piggy? You count yourself as brave, but you're going to end up on the end of a stick roasting over a fire. Because believe me, I got a bacon addiction, and the only thing that fixes it is shoving bacon in my face. Bacon is... You know, on one hand, I'm kind of tired of the internet circle jerk over bacon. Maybe it's just my natural contrarian insides where it's just like, yeah, kind of tired of talking about how great bacon is, but it is pretty good. It's just that bacon has to be made properly. That's the thing. Is I don't like soggy bacon, and I don't like crispy bacon either. It's all about the texture. See, the person that cooks the bacon right has taken the bacon, and while they're making the bacon, they get the outside edge crispy, and then the inside of the bacon should be soft and nice and pleasant to the tooth. But see, a lot of people, they have trouble with that. Oh, I thought we done killed a fox. I thought we got ourselves a fox today. We gotta watch out for foxes. That's a big threat to our wildlife right now. I forgot to replant my fields too, so while I'm getting my health back up here, I know I got some stuff that'll probably be useful for... Actually, I've gone through a lot of it. Alright, got my fried egg right there. We'll go ahead and eat that to keep the health ticking up a little bit more rapidly. But I gotta go back to base real fast, and we gotta get some crops growing. I forgot to replant my wheat. And so that's going to be something we have to contend with over the next little bit. Regeneration does look a tiny bit better by comparison to where it was a couple episodes ago. Leveling up does seem to help a little bit, just not a ton. Over here in the seed bed, I need to plant me some wheat. So let's select that. Not enough resources, so that's going to be water that we're out of there. Too far, come closer. There we go. That should be enough to get us in there. Perfect. Alright, so now that our seed has been planted, we have taken our seed and we have said, Earth, consume this seed and turn it into something useful. We have been baking bread over here, which I had completely and totally forgot about. If we wanted to get... So we need flour. That was one of the big things that we needed. So in order to level up, I need a bunch of flour. So let's get that going now. That's probably going to take us a good long amount of time. Now the other thing that we needed when we leveled up, I think, was fried eggs. No, we just needed water. We just needed water. That's not too bad. Water will be easy to come by. Although a second well would be something that I would investigate for the future if we find that we're having trouble filling in for all the stuff that we have going on. I would like to cook this meat too, because our health is a little bit unsatisfactory. So bonfire. How would you feel about frying me up some meat? There you go. Cool. We got some glowing embers that are on their way in over there. It's kind of a strange game because there are little things about this game that I do not like. Like, the camera angle, I think, could be worked on a little bit, and I don't like how it's so on the rails. Like, for a sandbox survival game, this game is very, very, very on the rails. But aside from that, I actually like the game a lot. I'm having a good time with it, and so I hope you are enjoying it as well. There's going to be a lot of stuff rotating in and out on the channel pretty soon. Lots and lots of... I don't know. It just got busy all of a sudden. That's the weird... it was dead around Christmas, and normally Christmas is kind of the peak season for video games, and what I ran into... is that this year there wasn't nothing going on around Christmas, and Jesus, I can't see for nothing right now. Well, shit. Give me a second till the sun comes back up. Cool, now that the sun has decided to grace us with his lazy presence, let's get back out here, and we got some smacking to do. We got some enemies to eliminate. If I'd been paying attention a little bit better, I probably would have known that I should have been farming this stuff out. But I'm not one of those people that makes really, really astute observations. So for now, we're probably... Ooh, yeah, I'll take some extra wheat. Sure, why not? The control key allows you to pick up everything at your feet, by the way, which I think is a really, really great feature. That's one of those things that I wish I had picked up on a little bit sooner. We got some kind of critter headed for us over here. Let's go ahead and bash him over the head real fast, see if we can't take some of his gold. Ah, little bastard dropped a copper coin. I am turning my copper coins into ingots, by the way. I hadn't talked about that, but off camera, I've been slowly accumulating copper. I only got a couple of it, but we pick up so many copper coins that it's like I might as well. I'm thinking those pelts are going to be useful, too, for when I get myself some armor. I don't know when we're going to be able to put, like, equipment on our person, but I'm hoping it's soon. Ooh, 2 gold coins off that guy. His bankroll's a little bit thicker than one might expect for a goblin. Wonder if he's got union work. That's got to be what it is. The goblin union's been paying him real well. Just doing goblin stuff. Just throwing down on goblin things. Hashtag goblin things. I will probably go this way. I should probably stock up on nets, too. That's the other part, is we got a whole bunch of goats and whatnot out here. And I'm thinking having a couple goats sounds mighty fine to me. We got a couple more copper coins. I do wish that there was a way to convert copper to gold somehow. Because sometimes you just really need gold, but ain't nobody dropping it, so you're sitting around just farming out goblins for long periods of time. That being said, I don't think the banking establishment quite exists on a desert island like this one. We need 2 more gold coins in order to make this a satisfactory adventuring experience. How much further inland you figure I can go before the sun goes out? We gotta have at least a little bit of time left on our hands, right? That's not the only thing that's on my hands, unfortunately. My dog is a messy little bastard right now. It is gnarly up. Ooh, wow. What's going on over here? There's a big old wheat field. Violets, hydrangea. Man, we got all kinds of stuff over here. I'm gonna whittle my salvia. Okay. Alright. So, there's salvia over here. We can, like, have the best 4 seconds of our life. Like, I'm so high. Oh, I'm not high anymore. I don't know if the beehive was the wisest idea, but you know what? I'm not gonna complain too much about it because there's a lot of resources over here. Like, this is a nice little area if you're looking for something. Some lettuce right there. Yeah, absolutely. I don't really need anything else, though. I just want the rabbits. I don't want to fight. I'm sorry, I don't need rabbits either. I just want to find me some goblins. Goblins with a fat pocketbook. Goblins what brought their checkbook with them on this adventure. Yeah, get up out of the way, Fox. Foxes run a little bit earlier, which makes them a tad more difficult to slaughter, unfortunately. So how far into this island can I go? I was looking at the frequently asked questions for the game, and it said there was something like... It said there was something like 4 or 5 biomes or something. Maybe that was on their long-term development track. I don't know, but it said there's like a bunch of different areas you can explore and go through. I don't know how true or whatever that is. Coffee plant right there. Yeah, whatever. I don't like coffee, but I suppose I can get on board. There's some goats over here. Mostly wildlife, actually. We're kind of getting away from where I figure the goblins be at. There we go. Give me some health back. We are gonna need it. This one seemed a little tougher than some of the other ones we've been fighting with. Maybe because he's level 2, possibly. We got 9 gold coins. We're sitting right on the precipice at the moment. Right on the edge of what I need. Well, ain't no reason to stop then. Let's keep going. Ah, shit on me. That pig's more than likely gonna give us what for. Yeah, he got in there. That is for certain. He got in there and he dug a trench in our ass. I mean, there's already kind of a trench in the ass of man. Like, it's a thing that we already have. But I like to feel like he deepened it, like he did some Grand Canyon action up in there, you know? We got to start moving back towards base, because if we don't, we are going to be trapped out here for a little while, and that is going to suck. So let's be on our way. If I can make my way through some of these bushes, that'd be fantastic. Not really interested in doing it the long way by going around the edges. That's put me kind of on a western jaunt. I don't want west, I want south. I apologize for the weird lens grain thing that's going on. My health is too low. It should dissipate with time, but I can't promise anything more than that. We're all out of healing items. That's another reason we should head back home. I don't like to go out here unprepared, and so if I don't have a way to mitigate some of the hits that I'm taking, that's trouble for our character. We don't want the dear and mighty Fruga to be headed out for greener pastures in the sun, you know? Be out there with angelic wings and bells on it. Nope, that's not what we're trying to accomplish today. Oh, goody, there's another goblin right there. Just what I always wanted. Making that grain all that much worse. Well, thank you for that, goblin. I appreciate it. Luckily for us, we should have a whole bunch of flour done over here. Oh, nope, it's still doing the flour. Okay, well, let's get some water out then. What is that right there? Lettuce and rosemary. Cool, we can start populating our spice rack, our fancy little Threshold Collection spice rack that we got from Target. This episode brought to you by Target. Where's my check, Target? Where's my check? Pay the man. I have fried meat here. That's 25 health. That'll have to do. I gotta get rid of that grain effect. That's just driving me nuts. I don't like that none. Not even a little bit. I'd like to see him add a feature where if it rains, you also don't have to water your crops. Like, that's no longer a reagent for the amount of time that it's been. There we go. So we got 9 of that. And then I needed water for the other part of the level up. So I think we have everything we need right now to hit that level. Yeah. So there it is. What's our next level going to cost us? We still need gold ingots. Good God. We need loads of stuff. Okay, but we already have the fangs. We don't have the claws, but crafting the bow, I think, should allow us to kill enemies from a range so that they can't run away anymore. So let's have a look. What do we got going on? The Force of Nature is an ancient artifact where fragments are thrown around the world and imprisoned in stones. The stones are always under guard. Find all the pieces and recreate the legendary artifact. You will need a compass for the search. Okay. Good enough. Bow and arrow. To make a bow and arrow, you need feathers. They are obtained by feeding a rooster. Alright. Make a straw bed. That'll help you get some energy and health back. While you were sleeping, new monsters will appear. That actually sounds pretty helpful. So let's maybe think about doing one of these beds. Does it count as a decoration, or does it count as like a construction? I bet it counts as a construction. That sounds like something that it would be. So for a straw bed, I'm going to need a few more nails. So let's get this anvil popping. I didn't think about it, but yeah, I'm all out of nails. So let's maybe select this. Okay. No, cancel that right there. Oh, I can make an iron knife. If only I had a stick. If only I had a stick. It's got a 12-8 damage. Is that better than like the other stuff that I'm crafting? Because I would love to have it. Can also make a shovel out of iron. So for the nails, select you. How do I decide if I wanted to use copper? Because I would very much like to use copper. Oh, the copper ingots are still over here. Okay. So we'll grab those and now maybe it'll let me choose. I mean, I can make a bunch of nails. It looks like it uses the copper first. So it'll use the lower tier reagents before it starts using the later ones. I'm okay with that because as of right now, we don't know a whole lot of uses for copper. I assume later on we're going to mix it with tin and make bronze or whatever. But until that moment comes up, not something I'm inherently worried about. I don't worry a whole lot. Not here on the channel. Not anymore. Used to worry about a lot of things with YouTube, but nowadays I'm trying to take kind of like a looser approach to life. Not getting as worked up about things as I used to. Just trying to leave it all in the court, as it were. I can't see what I'm doing right now, so I'm either chopping a bush. Yeah, give me all those sticks, because we need them to make a knife. A kniv. What are we going to use the knife for, though, is my curiosity. Grab a few more of those. Chicken, how you feeling? You got an egg. I will feed you. How many feathers have we picked up so far? A lot or a little? I was hoping for a lot, but I think I'm going to have to settle for a little. That seems to be the general focus of my life right now. We also need some vines. Unless we got a bunch of ropes on us right now. We got 11 ropes. How many? Oh yeah, make a whole bunch of those then. Make as many as you can. We'll let that finish off. And once we're done with the ropes, what I'll do is I'll circle back. We'll make a bunch of nets so we can go catch some goats and whatnot too. I'm also thinking it might be worth it to make some fences. Got the planks, but it takes nails though too, and nails are kind of valuable, and I don't want to trade them in for something that's just like decorative. Alright. Give me a few more nails. As far as the blast furnace goes, I don't think we have any ore left on us, so we're going to have to concern ourselves with that factor. This thing is still sitting here mashing out flour, as it has been doing for the last 2 or 3 days. And you know, there's nothing to complain about. Like, normally we would have to be doing that for 2 to 3 days. But because all of our crafting benches function off of the power of magical magic, we don't have to concern ourselves. We don't have to stand around and craft nothing. I will take more of these feathers. What kind of recipes we got going on here? I can make stone arrows from that side. Let us assume for a moment that I think the crafting bench is probably where we make the bow for ourselves. Otherwise, yeah, there's our crude bow. We also get a screwdriver, pocket lamps, traps sound fantastic. I need tons of traps. So you know what? Let's make... I get 5 for each of these that I do. Alright, make me 15 traps right there. We'll wait for those to pop on out, and that'll give us an option for grabbing some of the enemies that are around. I also, in order to make the bed, I have the nails. Now I need 30 palm leaves, so unfortunately I used up all my palm leaves. Making ropes. On the plus side, we got ropes for days now. We got ropes for days, son. Let's go ahead and chop down a couple of these bushes. Oh, there goes one right there. I don't know exactly how many. I'll probably just whack all these bushes right here, because it looks like we're getting okay yields from each of these. We're waiting on stuff to craft anyways, so it's not like we're going to go do anything else at the moment. So flour is done. Very, very nice. I feel like our stamina has been leveling up like 6 times, and it's still just like the bar feels like it's the same amount of stamina. Like, I feel like I get the same amount of swings out. Like, I haven't gotten any stronger while I've been here. I could be wrong. I mean, I do have a pretty strong perceptional bias. But give me the bed. And pray tell, where does the bed go? Where does the bed get crafted? Let's see. Planks, nails, no. Health and stamina, structure, strength can only be placed indoors. So does that mean I would have to... Doesn't look like it fits none too well. Which leads me to believe we've got to build ourselves another hut of branches. And that's going to take some doing because we don't have a whole lot of stuff on us right now. Where are my sunflower seeds at? Where are those hiding at? Sunflower seeds! Oh, they're already on here. Good. Sounds good to me. It's time to deforestate. Although I suppose this would probably be a lot easier had I a iron axe rather than one that appears to be made out of a flattened stone. I was gonna say, that tree does not want to come down. That dude is being a challenge. He is fighting me tooth and nail. What would be tooth and nail for a tree? Like bark and twig? He's fighting me bark and twig on this one. I do feel very, very fortunate that we started out so close to sunflower plants, though. I don't know how I let my wood supply get so bad. It's just not good right now. I suppose that would be why it got the designation of bad. If not good, then bad. Although I suppose neutral has a strong argument there in the middle, but we don't listen to neutral. Those filthy neutrals. The delegation from the neutral planet. That gave us 24 wood. Now I probably need sticks, right? Yes, I need many, many, many more sticks. Unfortunately, my ability to craft things in the order that they need to be crafted appears to be somewhat compromised. Luckily, the bushes go down real quick, so this shouldn't be much of a challenge right here. How many sticks does that give me? 26. 26 sticks. I think each one of these drops maybe like 5 or 6 or 7. Yeah. Roundabouts anyways. What's it, 38? I gotta kill one more bush around here. And they don't ever regrow. That's the thing. Is so I expect that as I craft my way through the game, it'll just be a never-ending expansion of bullshit everywhere. Just flat land as far as the eye can see because the settlers have come and they must chop down bushes. Although bushes can be kind of goddamn annoying depending on where they end up at. Like if you ever had to hike waist deep in bushes for a couple of hours, yeah, it's obnoxious. It's not something I would recommend, so we need another hut of branches. I figure I'll place this one like over here somewhere. Shit, I don't know. Looks good enough to me, and this will be my sleeping hut. This will be my sleeping hut. What a world to live in, where we get to choose what house we want to live in. I say we plant some strawberries. This sounds pretty good to me. Let's get some strawberries going. We got some well water over here that's doing its thing. I'm going to do me some strawberry today. There we go. I like strawberries. Strawberries require a lot of sunlight, as I recall, though. I don't know. I've never been much of a botanist. That was actually, I considered strongly going into soil science as a geologist because that's a pretty high-paying industry. I live near the Napa Valley. Around about 15 minutes from the Napa Valley. And there's pretty good jobs out there. They have guys that have to come out every year and appraise the soil. And they run all kinds of statistical regressions and whatnot about the acidity and the various, like, potassium and all kinds of random stuff that's in nitrogen that's inside of the soil. And in so doing, they make sure that the yields stay positive so that, like, the people that own all the vineyards, they know how much fertilizer to use, how to rotate their crops and stuff like that. And apparently they keep those dudes on staff, and they get paid pretty well because we're talking about wineries that are turning, 20, 30 million a year. And so they definitely don't want to fail. And when your entire operation hinges upon that one guy doing his job, I had considered it briefly, but didn't have enough rocks. There weren't enough stony objects involved for me to maintain my interest. Got 10 more nails right there. That will most assuredly help in just a moment. If I'm lucky, I will still have all the things I need. Nope, palm leaves. Damn. Son of a bitch! So I don't have palm leaves. So that's cool. I guess I'll go chop down some more bushes while I bid you all adieu. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for hanging out with me. Sorry about the mix-up with the episodes there. Very, very weird, busy time for me in real life. And so, unfortunately, messed up my file structure, and it's all my fault. It's all my fault. Just wasn't paying attention because I was in the throes of moving. I feel like we've all been there, but yeah. Thank you for stopping on in. I will see you all in the next episode of Force of Nature. Hi-do, and have yourself a pleasant weekend.